Hello! Today I'm going to be doing a in-depth owner's review of the Blackstar Fly Bass headphone amplifier. I've had this little headphone amplifier for a good few months now. I've been testing it over and over again, trying out all the different settings and sounds so you don't have to. And I'm going to, in this video, I'm going to play you a few of those different sounds so you can see what it sounds like recorded into my laptop through an audio interface. And I'm also going to run through a few of my things I liked, a few things I didn't like, and an overall verdict on this product. So the Blackstar comes with 3 different channels. If you press the power button, the light will change color, and that indicates you've got a classic tone, a modern tone, and a overdrive tone. And those 3 channels, within that you can then alter the sound even more with 2 dials on top. There's a tone dial and there is a gain dial, so you can really carve out the sound that you desire. So first of all, I'm going to go through and play some clips of me playing those different types of sounds so you can see for yourself, or you can hear for yourself, sorry, what they sound like. So as you can see, there's a really nice variety of sounds you can get out of this little headphone amplifier, which really amazed me. I mean, the overdrive setting, I don't know if it came across in the audio, but when I first plugged it in and put the headphones on, I couldn't believe the sound that came out of this tiny little piece of kit. It really did sound like a full-on amp, and some of the different settings sounded like pedals as well. I mean, some of the kind of crunchy, fuzzy sounds that you could get out of the little Blackstar were really, really fantastic. I like having the gain and the tone dials as well. It means that on the classic setting, which is quite clean, you can add a bit more gain to kind of get a crunch. But on the overdrive setting, you can turn it up to ridiculous distortion, or you can have it cleaner and you can tweak the EQ using the tone dial to really kind of dial in the sound that you want. Other features that I really liked about this were the rhythm that you can have. There's a rhythm button which will play a variety of different rhythms. There are 6 different ones to choose from, varying from like funk to blues to a rock rhythm. I'll play a short clip of each of those now so you can hear the kind of thing that there is. But essentially, it's just a nicer way of being able to do a quick jam, not have to worry about plugging in any external audio or listening to anything else. You can just jam along to a track, and it's a bit more interesting than a metronome, and they sound really good as well, like proper drum recordings. So that's a nice feature. You can change the tempo of the rhythm as well by tapping on the button a couple of times. The faster you tap on it, the faster the tempo. And I found it was really easy to kind of set the desired tempo, although you can't set it exactly to like 120 BPM. You can get it pretty accurate if you within a good range of what you would want to get for a rhythm track to play along to. Another nice feature to have is the aux in input. And that just allows you to play music through so you can jam along. I mean, obviously, if you're wearing headphones, you want to wear headphones to play bass. Chances are you can't just be blasting music out of speakers, and it would be annoying to have like one headphone from your phone playing music, one headphone from the bass. So being able to put music through this 3.5mm jack, play music, it will come through the headphones at the same time as the bass. That's a really nice feature to have as well. So was there anything I didn't like about the Blackstar? A couple of things that slightly annoyed me. I mean, due to the size, I guess, finding some of the settings on this little headphone amp was quite frustrating. A lot of button combinations. I really found myself going back to the manual a few times, which I found a bit frustrating. I'm the kind of person that likes to just pick up a piece of gear and just mess around with it and figure it out. But with this, a lot of the settings, it's combinations of buttons and dials to figure things out. So it took me a little while to figure out sort of how to quickly turn the rhythm track off without cycling through them all, which is like a combination of the power button and the rhythm button together to turn it off, which I probably would have figured out eventually. But yeah, it feels like they're kind of secret settings and button combinations that you have to figure out, which I did find slightly annoying, and you might do too. Another thing that I found slightly frustrating was the fact that you can't change the volume of the rhythm track independently from the volume of the bass. So if you increase the volume of the rhythm track, it's also going to increase the volume of the bass. So if you're playing very loudly, particularly on the overdrive setting, I found it could actually drown out the rhythm sometimes. So that was a little bit annoying. It would have been nice to be able to change the volume of the two things independently, but little things. So overall, if you're looking for a bass headphone amplifier with a nice variety of different tone settings, and you're into playing distorted bass in particular, rock bass, metal bass, then the sounds that you can get out of this for such a small machine are pretty amazing. But if you're more into playing just clean tones, perhaps it's not the ideal one for you. And I would like to take this moment to point you to the other video that I made where I looked at 3 different bass headphone amplifiers side by side, because there's one in there in particular, if you're more into your clean tones, that probably does a slightly better job. But I'm being picky there. If you want a kind of all-round one with lots of nice fun sounds, then Blackstar is a really good option. I would thoroughly recommend it for the price.